Hello, today is September 11th, and I want to read on whether Kellyanne is going to provide information regarding Trump, whether she is going to be part of the downpour, the deluge of data, of info on the tangerine tyrant. So let's see. Now, recently, you may recall, or you may not if you're new here, but I did a reading on whether or not Trump would get reelected. I hadn't done one for my channel yet. I have done many readings over the last 4 years off camera, but I only more recently began creating a channel here. So I think maybe back in sometime last year. Anyhow, but more toward the end. So I'm only really just now being able to get more active on it and have the equipment and get things better set up than what I had to begin with. So those early videos are pretty bad, pretty held hand. So I'd like to redo some of those because it's, I think, to the point where it's hard to watch. You get seasick. Now, we are looking at whether or not Kellyanne Conway is going to come forward with damaging information about Donald Trump. Is Kellyanne Conway going to come forward with damaging information on Donald Trump? Was the woman I saw in my reading concerning Trump losing the election, was that Kellyanne Conway? But it can also, oh, this one went to jump out. Ooh. Page of Wands. So I'm getting that there's going to be, yes, someone's going to be talking. I think she's going to be talking. I think this flew out. Look at it. Look at the young man. And this is often a card that relays messages, emails, tweets, and just actually being having something to say, coming forward with something. Okay. Wow. All right. So is Kellyanne Conway going to carry on with the card reading? Is Kellyanne Conway going to come forward in a way that is very damaging to Trump winning the election? Oh, it's only the Tower. And that other card jumping out at me, you guys. When I was reading the cards, I thought it was probably going to be Conway, and then most certainly, the activities of people like Pelosi, women like Pelosi, and Letitia James also. But I feel like Conway may come forward. I don't know whether, my guess would be trying to save her own skin and to make sure that she has a world that she can live in without being completely and thoroughly hated now that she's back home. I really hope that I just cannot be a fan of her. No. But I really hope she will have to stop supporting Trump. And it looks to me like her life is going to, all that false, the Conways are going to be finding that their lives have blown up. And again, with the tower, we get the message of the false build up upon which you've made your life. This, that does not really last. It's not of substance. So it won't endure. It will come down upon you. And if you're superficial and you're greedy and you're not focused where you should be focused, you're getting too ego based, especially with the tower, but not always. It depends on the person. But with regard to her, the arrogance, the entitlement, the whole Trump thing, she's going to have information definitely that will take him down, and I think that she will have to spill it. This looks like it has significant, at least, sections of what she has to tell, pools of what she has to tell, that would take him down, that would finish him, ruin his election, ruin his attempt at re-election. That is wild, okay? So yes, I think Kellyanne, I think she's undergoing this herself in her own life, for the chaos that's been created since she went to work for Trump. I do see her daughter. When I did a reading most recently on Kellyanne's daughter, I did see her down the road or a little later on getting what looked like emancipation to me. I'm afraid that relationship with her mother, it makes me feel bad. I'm no fan of Kellyanne, but I don't like to see that. That's sad to me. Anyway, again, to recover, this is whether or not Kellyanne Conway is going to end up coming forward with very damaging information that affects Trump's re-election. Was she really one of those, or the female that I saw represented? And I'm thinking she really could be. I have marbles in my mouth today. Yes, look, there's the Six of Wands. She wants to be seen as having done the right thing, or she's going to be wanting the public's approval. Whether or not she was a plant and she comes out with that, I am uncertain, or whatever. I won't be throwing her any roses unless she can really, really, really deliver. This is really delivering. I mean, it's really dismantling. So the only way I could throw her some respect is if she went into doing it with that attitude. But I don't like if it's just an I'm sorry, then it's going to be like, you better just tell us what you know, and you can go kick rocks. It looks like she does deliver an explosive, I believe, account about Donald Trump, and I think it's potentially to save her own hide and make herself look good, or because she wants people to understand, hopefully, that she did this from the get-go as to try to work from within the organization. I really hope that that is so, and that her daughter's call either changes her understanding and she has a revelation of herself, or that this was all a planted to begin with part that she was involved in. If nothing else, then that it opened her daughter's upset opened her eyes. I don't know, you guys. Ten of Swords. Yes, Kellyanne's going to be like delivering some absolutely ending information and a new start. And it has to do with finances. And it has to do with an account of a need for pride and a need for basically, being petted on the head and told how wonderful you are. Now, I don't know, I'm feeling like this is what she saw with Trump, potentially. She may have deliberately, I really hope so, set out to bring him down as a plant. And maybe the daughter thing was just a helpful activity that she could come out of. If it isn't, that's a shame, because she's going to have trouble with that relationship. As I said, if she changes her mind, if it's something that I just want the information, at the end of the day. And it looks like she delivers information, folks. She delivers some kind of very impacting information, and it has to do with money and finances and funding. And there's several facets with those 10 of Swords. I feel like Kellyanne could definitely end up coming forward with a variety of information about various things that is absolutely dismantling, explosive to his reelection, and to him not facing, well, he's going to face litigation. There's already, it's waiting for him. They've put off, and it drives me insane that they've been able to actually put off going and having to face inquiry, or as asked for by Letitia James. That just makes me crazy. It looks like Kellyanne could voluntarily or involuntarily have to give information. And it would most definitely take him out. It is of enough depth to expose and cause the loss of power. In fact, I see her coming forward with it. And she has receipts, apparently, with this. I'm curious. I'm curious if she's always been a plant. I want to see if I don't have... I think I can do it with No, I don't want to do it. Maybe I'll try this one. This is another. I've had this deck for a little while. I just haven't really used it. It's a different type of an oracle, so let's just give it a shot. I want to see if she was always a plant. Was Kellyanne, now that she's out of there, was Kellyanne a plant to gather information on Trump so that she could expose him? Was Kellyanne a plant? Did she knowingly go into, did she accept the work so that she could kind of keep track and know what was going on? Spy, more or less. Was Kellyanne Conway a plant to expose Trump? Was Kellyanne Conway a plant to expose Trump? Because this sure looks like decimating for him. And it looks like she's gonna talk. Was she a plant? Did she go into it as a plant? Powerful signs, this says. I hate this kind of foo-foo, fluffy stuff. The writing is tiny. Her world feels very different. The air around her teased her hair. Oh, this is bullshit. I like these cards. Well, this is more like it. The next card is ready. We'll just go with the feeling of powerful signs and ready. I think she could have very well gone in as a plant. And I believe this card says, ready says, it has been a long journey, wondering where he was, if he would be ever coming for her. She closed herself off from the pain, but now in this moment she was ready to open up again. Her shield has been lifted. An offering has been made. She releases the energies and hopes contained for hopes contained for so long. She calls out to him now, finally ready for him to arrive. I think she could have gone into there as someone to gather information. This is like some of what came up with, especially with this card, makes me feel like, although I don't think this is the best deck to use, but I think it answered the question. I do think it answered the question. I'm going to now use the remainder of this deck. Was Kellyanne Conway a plant? Was Kellyanne Conway a plant? Was she in the Trump admin just really to get information? Was that all along what she was doing? Was she a plant? Yes or no, please. A card of yes or no. Was she a plant? A deliberate plant in the Trump cabinet? The Fool. I think she could have been a plant. I think she very well could have been a plant put in there. And it was a risk. She could have been exposed. So this card does talk about a gamble and a risk and doing something new. Maybe she was a plant. Maybe we'll find that out. Look, Seven of Swords. taking in, I think she could have been gathering some information, on the down low. Between those two, I think absolutely that it feels like she could have been a plant. And if she didn't initially enter with the intention to do so, it may have quickly become that once she started realizing what it was going to be. That's just a feeling I have. Yes, I'm going to say with these cards, I feel like she is a plant. I would be surprised if she wasn't, but she may not admit it. It may never come out. Maybe it will. Who knows? Maybe she'll write a book. We'll have so much stuff to read. I don't know if she's going to. And I don't know that if she did, that she would say, and I was a plant. I don't know that if she'd ever reveal this or not. But it looks to me like she's definitely was, I think so. She has information, though, that is absolutely destructive to him. Absolutely destructive. And in a variety of areas and circumstances. And she knows about a lot that has been done just out of puffing up his ego. Just the amount of that it becomes about serving his ego, not serving the nation. The Lovers. This was an agreement that she made, so that's even more making me feel like a plant. Yes, Temperance. It is where there is a balance needed, a combination of things involved for a final end result that is the goal, that is the right balance, the right portions, the right flow. I feel like Kellyanne could well have been a plant. I still can't say that I'd say if she was, she did a damn good job, because I'm really still not feeling it with her. Still not feeling any love right now. But it looks to me like with the Fool, the Seven of Swords, the Lovers, and Temperance, with the question put to it, is or was she a plant? Put in getting into that administration so she could gather information. There's cards here that make me feel like high risk, gamble taken, gathering secretly information on the quiet. This is an agreement that she made to do this in order to help correct something that was going to, what he was going to be doing. Yes, I feel like it's Kellyanne, or that she will play a significant role. I think there's going to be more than one person. I don't think it's just going to be one person, but I think she's going to be one of them that delivers a damaging blast to his ego and his bubble and his presidency, and definitely any hope of getting reelected. I think it is going to prove very damaging, and I think she will come forward. I think she will end up coming forward. I don't know when, But I think she will end up coming forward in a way that's profound. I hope so, anyway. So that's my reading on Kellyanne. There's your political reading for September 11th, 2020. And I'll see you in the next video. Please like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye-bye.